Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Natasha, welcome to my channel. I have another how long does it take to use up video for you, and today we're going to be talking about cleansing oils and cleansing balms. The three I'm going to talk about today are the Pacifica Coconut Dissolve Cleansing Oil Rehab, the Physicians Formula Perfect Matcha 3-in-1 Melting Cleansing Balm, and the e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Melt Cleanser. I used up the entirety of all three of those, and so today we're going to talk about cost per ounce and gram or milliliter, and then how many uses it took to finish each of them and which one has the best cost per use. I will have some charts over here in the corner in case you're someone who likes to have visuals, and I am going to put my glasses on for this. The first one we're going to talk about is the Pacifica Cleansing Oil. I was trying to find this online and I'm having trouble finding it. Pacifica does this sometimes. They'll come out with products and then they'll immediately get rid of them or only keep them out for like a year, and it's annoying because by the time I'm finished with it and I want to talk about it with you guys, it's already discontinued. I don't know why they would have stopped carrying it in the first place. I'm hoping they bring it back or at least come out with a similar cleansing oil because they are missing it from their line now. This retailed for $16 for 6 fluid ounces or 147 milliliters, which seems like an oddly specific number. That makes it $2.67 per ounce and 11 cents per milliliter. If you get this on the Ulta website or wait for Pacifica to have a sale, you can usually get this for 20% off or more sometimes. So you could get it for $12.80, making it $2.13 per ounce and 9 cents per milliliter. Because the pumps are very small, I did have to pump out 6 times in my hand in order to feel like I could fully cover my face. Doing that, using 6 pumps, I got 106 uses out of this, and that made it 15 cents per use or 12 cents if you were to get it on sale. I didn't use this very often around my eyes because I don't like the sensation of balms or oils that close to my eyeballs, especially with makeup mixed in. I do think I would have been able to get by with 5 pumps instead of 6. That could have lowered my cost per use. I have used up and calculated 1 cleansing oil and 2 cleansing balms, and from my information, it seems to me like cleansing oils are a better value. You get more. The cost per use is usually lower. So that makes me feel like if I am going to repurchase a product like this, I'm much more likely to want to use a cleansing oil. This doesn't rinse off 100% clean after you use it to remove your makeup, but I do think it does a good job at removing makeup. And then if you go in with a separate cleanser to actually clean your skin, you can get whatever residue is left off quite easily. It did have a very slight sweet scent. I'm guessing the coconut in there. And I do think this was a very effective product. I wish this was still available because it is something that I would purchase again. The next one I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Melting Cleanser. This full price is $10 and it is 1.41 ounces or 40 grams. That makes it $7.09 per ounce or 25 cents per gram. e.l.f. usually has half off site-wide sales, so it is very possible to get this for $5, and that brings the cost per ounce down to $3.55 or 13 cents per gram. I mentioned in a recent empties video where I talked about this product that I didn't get a lot of use out of it, and I burned through it pretty much in just over a month's time. I used it 31 times before it was gone, and it is something, once again, that I use all over my face, avoiding the eye area. That means full price, it's 32 cents per use, and if you get it on sale for half off, it's 16 cents per use. I thought it was a very interesting consistency because it felt kind of like Vaseline when you put it on your skin, but then it would activate, I think, with the heat in your face, and it would melt and become very liquidy and very balmy. This didn't leave a very oily residue or anything, but it is something that I still want to use a second cleanser with. Most balms and cleansers, even if it does rinse off clean, I'm going to use a second cleanser to make sure my skin is actually being cleaned. It was an effective product that didn't bother my skin or have any offensive odors or anything, and if you compare it to the other balm I'm going to talk about in a second, it is way more affordable per use and closer in line with how much it costs per use for the cleansing oil from Pacifica. I know a lot of people really like this. A lot of people recommended this to me when I was asking for balm recommendations, and even though the cost per use is more in line with the Pacifica cleansing oil that I did really like, I don't know if this is something I'll buy again. There aren't really that many cruelty-free affordable cleansing balms out there that I know of, only like maybe 3 or 4 that I've heard of in the past. So I don't really have a ton of options to play around with different ones. I'm always looking for new, even more affordable versions to try. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. But this was okay. I would repurchase it if I just really didn't have anything else available to me. And the last one, the Physicians Formula Perfect Matcha Balm. This one is also 1.4 ounces and 40 grams, just like the e.l.f. one, but this full price is $14.99, so it's $5 more. and that brings it to $10.71 per ounce or 37 cents per gram. CVS recently had a sale on their website where you could get these balms for buy one get one half off. I did purchase 2 more because I was almost finished with this one, and I do really love the formula for this. This is one of my favorite cleansing balms I've ever tried, and so I was able to get them for $7.50 each, and that brings the cost per ounce down to $5.36 or 19 cents per gram. I only got a few more uses out of this than I did the e.l.f. one. This took 36 uses to finish. That made it 42 cents per use full price, or if you got it on sale, it was 21 cents per use. This was one of the few balms that I felt comfortable using around my eyes as well. Even if I did get really close to my lash line, it really didn't take any time for it to melt off mascara and eye makeup and everything, even the tougher mascaras that take longer to come off. And even though I did use it around my eyes quite a few times, it never actually got into my eyes and bothered them. So that was kind of exciting to find something that I was comfortable enough using to remove my entire face, because sometimes you don't want to go through with the micellar water and then do a separate balm cleanse and then do a third cleanse. Sometimes you just want it to be a little bit more streamlined before you go to bed. It feels very balmy and soft on your skin. You can really work it in quickly and remove all of your makeup. It rinses off clean. It doesn't have any scent to it. And like I said, I can get it close enough to my eyes without bothering them. This was the one that worked the fastest and the one that was most enjoyable for me to use. But yeah, if I were to wear makeup very regularly like I do now and use this every night to remove my makeup before bed, I would use this up in approximately 5 weeks. And 42 cents per use, that's the most expensive out of the 3 that I have tracked. Unfortunately, right after I made my purchase and I bought 2 more balms, Physicians Formula changed some of their practices and I no longer consider them cruelty-free, so I won't be purchasing them in the future, which I probably wouldn't have anyway because the cost per use is pretty high. I don't want to sound like a broken record because I think I usually mention this in every video in this series, but affordability and whether something is worth the money is going to be very different for everyone, especially if you get more or less uses out of these than I do. It was easier for me to approximate exact number of uses because the pump was the same each time, but when you're just digging your fingers into a balm, it's not very likely that you're getting the exact same amount out every time, and it's very unlikely that me and you would get the same amount of approximate uses out of each of them, just because you might use more or less than I do, or you might use more one day or less one day. It's just very difficult to keep that number very constant. But also, if there's a product that you really enjoy, you think it does a great job removing makeup, it's a very enjoyable experience, it doesn't bother your skin, 42 cents per use might be a very good value to you. You might think that's incredibly reasonable for something you enjoy so much. Me personally, that's a bit too luxurious for me. That's not really the lifestyle that I have. Alternatively, if you prefer micellar waters to remove makeup, I did do a cost per use analysis for the NYX micellar water. I'll have that one linked in the cards. I am going to finish up the 2 Physicians Formula melting balms that I have, and then I will be in the market for a new one. I've been hearing great things about the Forthright Beauty BFD cleansing oil, and also someone mentioned in the comments that there is a Burt's Bees equivalent of the cleansing balm from Physicians Formula, so if that one is affordable, I might consider purchasing that one. But if it's the same price as the Physicians Formula one and it's the same amount of product, I might not consider purchasing that just because I already know that the cost per use is going to be pretty high. Anyway, let me know if you have any recommendations for products for me to use, and in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!